Welcome to the RSA conference. We're having a short conversation about cloud and companies moving to the cloud. So what is your idea? How can companies deal with cloud projects when all those privacy regulations force them to protect the sensitive information?
Well, you've got a lot of options, but really the key thing is that if you have sensitive data and you need to use it in the cloud, you need to de-identify it, you need to secure it before it gets to the cloud. So whether it's heading towards an S3 bucket at Amazon or being worked on in an EC2 workload, all of these cases you can tokenize and protect data on-prem or in the cloud before it gets into these engines. And that's the way to go. Right. Avoid the problem.
You have to immediately upon getting that data, you've got to protect it. You don't want to wait until you've done processing it, because by then 17 different bad guys could have stolen it from you.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's a mind shift change that companies think, once the data gets into the cloud, how am I going to protect it? So like these two gentlemen said, do something about it before it gets into the cloud.
Yeah. You've got to, upon getting that information, the earliest possible way, you've got to do something to protect it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you never want to de-protect it, or else you have a valid business need. And it should not be every single time. It ought to be only when there is a clearly defined reason why you're de-protecting it.
All right. So the best technology to use to do that, what would you think? What is the best technology to de-identify data?
What I'd use is either format preserving encryption or tokenization. And I think tokenization has some clear advantages to disconnecting your infrastructure from the cloud, because you can operate separately, independently in the cloud. And also you want to have something that's vaultless, because you don't want to be creating a honeypot. You don't want to be creating a scalability issue. You want to have something that's viable, can operate at scale, production workloads, whether it's in Azure, GCP, or AWS. You need the flexibility to shift those workloads and scale. And
you bring up a really good point there, right?
Important.
So in the olden days, 5 years ago, tokenization really meant I have a token and encrypted data sitting next to it, which means I'm now dealing with keys and encrypting and decrypting.
Right.
You want to get to a vaultless tokenization solution where you don't have that honeypot. That's a really important thing, that the old tokenization and the new tokenization aren't the same thing.
Right.
And you really don't want to have to worry about key rotation and worrying about a billion credit cards in a single location.
Yeah, right.
Because
Absolutely.
that's worth me doing some effort to go and steal.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, replication of a huge database of data that attackers are after just sounds like a nightmare to me. And I can't never tell you the number of clients I've had that have invested in this and regretted it. So it's definitely the stateless model helps out, solves those problems, designed for the cloud. It really is.
Look for advanced tokenization. Talk to us about that.